Alright, we're going to be reading a little bit of the subreddit called Am I? Well, you get it. Basically, it's a subreddit dedicated to, oh, if you've done something that was a little bit on the sketchy side ish and all that, then literally just, they just type it in here and all that fun stuff. So we're gonna react to about 2 to 3, and then we are going to then start playing obviously some Halo Infinite later on in life. All right, here we go. So, am I the asshole for telling someone I'm not friendly when their dog came up to me? I mean, I wouldn't know. So far, anyway. All right, let's get their story. Went to a brewery restaurant with my wife. All right. Our name was called and tried to get to our table indoors, and we had to cut through the patio. Well, okay. All right. We got stopped for a few moments behind a table, leaving and saying goodbye. In these moments, a lab type dog gets up and starts sniffing my ankles. Well, it depends on, like, all right, let's continue in before we start judging. I look at the owners and say, "What the hell?" and point at the dog. They just say the classic line of, "Oh, don't worry, he's friendly." And I admit I was a touch rude. I just say, "I'm not friendly." and they pull, and they pull the dog back under the table. Okay. Like, whatever. They, I mean, it could be a joke. Alright, like, I mean, I would never joke about shit like this, but I mean, hey, you never know people, right? You honestly never know. Alright. They start saying if you aren't friendly, you shouldn't be coming to a dog friendly restaurant. I tell them just because the place is dog friendly doesn't mean that it's okay for your dog to come up to me. I don't want it in my fucking space. That is that is very accurate. You don't want like a dog coming up inside your personal space because obviously like what happens if like let's say you are allergic to the animal, right? Like let's say you're allergic to dogs. Well, that's going to be an interesting story because now it's like, oh, here's a dog sniffing my ankles and I'm allergic to him. Well, whose fault is that then? They seem baffled that someone didn't like their dog. He called me an asshole and told me to find somewhere else to walk. I say fuck off as we head to our table. My wife was like, "You're right, and you, but could have been friendlier." Was I the asshole? Well, alright, alright. So obviously, if you are the asshole and all that stuff, right? I would not want like obviously like I would tell my dog, "Hey, you need to get down." Instead of like, "Oh, don't worry, he's friendly." What happens if you're allergic to the dog? Right? Like, what happens if you are allergic to that dog? And they come up, they start sniffing. Obviously, you get like a little bit of that dog hair. Now, all of a sudden, you're starting to like itch or whatever. And you may need medical attention. That's not an asshole thing. But there is obviously an edit. So, alright. FYI, indoors is not dog friendly. Outdoors is dog friendly. My wife and I especially choose indoor seating because it was not dog friendly. Well, I mean, were they inside? Let's reread here. Let's see if they were. On the inside. Okay, so indoors. So they are indoors. Outside is dog friendly. Okay. So, to an excessive. They could have kept the dog closer to them. You didn't have to be such an asshole about it. Exactly. How close was he able to be sniffed by the dog just getting up? ECH, oh, more than him. Okay. You're the asshole. You were hostile from beginning to end of this interaction. You could have asked them politely, but chose to be rude for no reason. That's true. That is true. Yeah, you are the asshole. I'll admit that. Alright, let's go back to the. Alright, so we just read that. Let's. Ooh, this is a good one. This one also has an update. Okay, let's do this. Let's look at this one. Read more. Alright. So, this is an update to it. Oh, original post. Oh, it's been removed. Got it. Okay. Alright, my mom and dad had me very. Okay, my bad. Am I the asshole for not accepting my brother and sister's relationship? Ooh, a little spicy. Well, let's see on relationships, right? Because this is interesting territory, right? Very, very interesting territory. My mom and dad had me very young. The relationship ended when I was 2, and it did not end well. All relationships don't fucking end well, you know? Let's be honest with that, right? It's not like you're gonna go and say, like, you know, hey, by the way, let's split up, but let's continue being friends because I still like you. It's like, then you should not split up in the fucking first place if you guys still like each other. Like, what the fuck? Alright? Alright, the relationship ended when. Okay. There were a lot of accusations. Thank you. My English is off. No one ever admitted to anything, and so they just sort of contentiously, there we are, co-parented me. About 5 years after the relationship ended, my mom and dad both met the future spouses, stepmom and stepdad. Okay, that's cool. We're great for the co-parent relationship, and my parents weren't so concerned with what the other parent was doing. You should still have those concerns, straight up. I'll admit that. My parents would still fight, but it wasn't nearly as bad. More passive aggressive instead of outright yelling. Eventually, my mom had a daughter with stepdad, and my dad had a son with stepmom. I watched my siblings grow up since I was a decade older, as normal. Spending more time with my sister because she lived with my mom. As a result, my brother and sister, not related, but shared me as a brother, okay? Spent time together as kids. Not every weekend, but playing during my sports game. Excuse me. Ooh, excuse me there. Or when they were invited to each other's birthday parties. When I was 15, 16, my parents had a big fight that basically destroyed the relationship. I am still not sure what it was about because neither the parents / stepmother and stepdad will not talk about it. But they stopped talking to one another completely. I was gifted a car and started driving myself to and from. Well, to and from where? School? Work? I don't know. My brother and sister basically stopped seeing each other, and my family shifted into 2 factions, and I have kept my life separate from one another to keep the peace. I mean, that's pretty good. That is good. Okay. There have been a few unavoidable events like graduations, but those have been few and cordial. Last week, I don't know. I don't know that word. Last week, my sister Grace, now 29, female, dropped the bombshell that she met up with my brother Anthony, 20, male, through mutual friends. They remembered each other and exchanged numbers. They had been communicating and even started dating. Okay, you're allowed to. In all honesty, you guys can. You guys are not blood related. Well, I mean, you're half blood, but still, it's like, it's kind of a touchy subject, you know, obviously. It's really touchy. Okay, she was telling me because they were interested in continuing the relationship and wanted my blessing. I didn't lie, I was pissed. I said that this was the worst idea ever, not only Do they share a sibling? They are not blood related, but their parents hate each other. Used to be in a sexual relationship and have gone through great lengths to have no contact for the last 10 plus years. Wow. She thinks that they are over it, but I was the one that lived through it. They are my parents, after all. I straight up told her the truth that this relationship was doomed and it needed to end before they got serious feelings. I mean, if you're already inside a relationship, you already have the serious feelings. Well, I mean, you can go serious and, like get married and have kids and whatnot. There's that. There's always that. I mean, so I'm not hating on that fact in and of itself. I know straight up told, okay, yeah. I know some will say that I am a but I am not thinking of me. My parents will already be tied together forever because of me, which they have accepted that was their decision. Well, that's good. At least that was their decision. But they will be able to accept the other child choosing the child of their hated ex-spouse? I don't think so. Well, I mean, if they have already accepted you, I get it. But they could put aside their differences and literally think of like, oh, by the way, my son is now dating your daughter, type of thing. And like I said, they are blood related. They are half blooded. They 100% are. It's half blooded, right? Because of fucking reasons, but they are half related. Which I won't go into fucking opinions on that shit. Grace pretty much told me not to project my parents' relationships onto her, which honestly, I agree. Yeah, okay, there. But these are her and Anthony's parents too. Shouldn't they be thinking of them? By the way, Anthony has not responded to my text or call since I found out. Am I the bitch for not accepting my brother and sister's relationship? Okay. Well, I mean, you're not accepting of it because of family drama, which is understandable. Like I said, it is 1000% understandable that you're not accepting it through, um, like your both your parents' past, right? Because you have an idea of, oh, look, I have this, I see this, and I saw it happen. So when it comes to, oh my lord, I think about, you think about that and all that, but could they have honestly moved on? Absolutely. They could have 1000% moved on with their life. They could have. Now, am I saying that is the case? No, I'm not saying that is the case. I'm saying like that could be the case, but it honestly ain't. So, all right, we do got an update to this, obviously, about 6 hours ago. Probably was posted or updated. Ooh, we got 2 updates. Holy shit. Okay. We're going to read update number 1 first, obviously. Just got off the phone with Anthony, and he knows how the relationship will be perceived, especially by our dad. This is why he and Grace have been dating quietly to test the waters before agreeing to come out. That's understandable. Now that time has come, and they are telling me first, then the parents next. Okay, at least they told you first, because, if you are close to them in any regards, right, you're close to them, they're close to you, you are going to be that first person to be told about anything and everything, just because you are that freaking close to them, right? In all honesty. Okay, Anthony was using me as a gauge for how our dad and Grace's mom will react, and obviously he wasn't pleased with the result. Well, duh, no one's pleased with, telling the truth. Truth has a lot of merit and all that. It's like the last step, like you tell the truth, people will have like a different reactions. Everyone does. I mean, I've had my own issue like about a couple months ago, but I'm not going to go into that fucking detail. You redeemed hydrate. Okay. I will, of course, hydrate. Give me a bit here. Let me open that up a little bit. Chat pause due to scroll. Of course, I do got Mountain Dew, zero sugar, as I see right there. There you go. Consider myself hydrated. All right. With Gamer Fuel, that has zero sugar. Mountain Dew sponsor me. Stop kidding. Okay. Where was I? Wait, I was thinking okay. I pretty much told him what I told Grace, that you have an uphill battle before anything has really happened. Yeah, you do got an uphill battle. But I did tell him something that I didn't tell Grace. I told him that I would stand behind them because, yes, it is weird as hell. But at the end of the day, no laws were being broken, so I was cool. As it should be. I will let you know how my mom and dad take it. Now that things are decided, there is no way Grace won't tell my mom. Anthony will be slower to tell our dad. We will see how it plays out. Let's find out with update number 2. Oh, it's going good, man. How's it going with you? Just trying out reading Am I the Asshole subreddit before I play some Halo Infinite. Alright. Update number 2. It is World War III at my mom's house right now, as she and Grace are epically fighting about her relationship with my brother. Neither of them would get on the phone with me when I called the house, but I could hear them yelling at one another. I think it is safe to say that my stepdaughter, probably stepmom, that's probably what it was supposed to be. Stepmom was not pleased when I was talking to him on the phone. Or no, stepdad, that's right. Ugh. Just playing some DBD chilling. Oh, that's cool. Glad you're chilling playing some DBD, man. It's awesome. Alright. He kept reiterating that I would need to call back at a better time. I called Anthony and told him he might want to get on to telling Dad before my mom got her wits about her and called him with the news. I just drove to my dad's because he can be pretty short-sighted sometimes. I knew Anthony would be cowardly and call instead of doing it in person. I had gotten there after the call and my stepmom was just bustling about, kind of sighing to herself like she couldn't believe that my brother would walk into this drama without consulting her. But my dad was the most surprising. I asked how he was doing, and he just said that it was something very young man would go through. He didn't really say more than that, and I had to go. And I am pretty sure he was implying that every man would have to go through that mistake girl, but that mistake girl is my sister, so there is that. Jesus Christ. Wow. Well, I'm about to get it. I say not the asshole. You don't have to accept it, and I think you're right. I don't think your parents will be happy attending a wedding where both have to be present for things like father-daughter dance, etc. However, now that you said that, what you said what needed to be said and how you feel, if they decide to pursue the relationship, that is their choice, and you have to respect that even though you don't like it. I wouldn't like it if I was in your shoes. If they continue to pursue the relationship, then it will work its natural course, and all will work out on the end. Yeah, you're not the asshole. In that, my opinion. Now y'all need Jerry Springer, R.I.P. Well, this is how I found out Jerry Springer recently died. Oh shit. Okay, yeah, simple. You're just not the asshole. I will say that. In my honest opinion, you are, and honestly, you are not the asshole. Like, at all. You're not. I adore my wife. As you should. She is the best thing to ever happen to me, and I can't wait to start a family together. She is also an absolute knockout in the looks department, and knows she is. Okay. Whenever the subject of exes or crushes or just talking about someone I had previously said I thought was pretty, she started unloading on them about their looks. How she can't figure out why I'd even ever think that they were attractive or that she doesn't understand my taste in women. And yet she's married to you, dude. This went on for a while and I haven't said anything because I truly don't give a fuck about any of those people. Only here. That is good. That is fucking good. Yes, only care about your fucking wife and nothing else. Obviously. So what's the point of sticking up for someone not relevant to my life? But eventually it started to bother me. I started to feel like I was being insulted because I was ever interested in these girls. I mean, you was only interested in them for like the time that you was together. You wasn't interested in them like, oh hey, by the way, it's like after this, after that, whatever the fuck it is. And yeah, you just I mean, you all honestly, like there you go. Like you were interested in them at the time. You split like they split it off with you or you split it off with them. It's again mixed bag. Definitely depends on who the fuck it was. Okay, and then turn around and obviously you didn't think about them for the rest of your life until your wife brings them up or you bring them up or whatever. Okay. I eventually spoke up and explained that when she's relentlessly bashing these women, it actually makes me feel bad about myself. Like I've never been with a beautiful woman and my entire dating history is disgusting. Sure, not every girl I've dated is a smoke show, but that wasn't really relevant to our relationships or why they didn't work out. Yeah, okay. I mean, good on you for speaking out, man. Good on you for that. Straight up. Okay. She was objectively correct about some of the exes being average or below average, but several of them are objectively gorgeous. It always puts me in a rock and a hard place because ultimately it doesn't matter because they aren't in my life and all I want is a happy life with her. But there is a point of me / my ego that wants to resist because it feels so disparaging and belittling towards me. Well, again, I mean, everyone has different tastes in women, right? Everyone has total different tastes. Like, I have different tastes than you or, your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever, like, we all have different tastes in all different categories. We all do. So it's like, there you go. Okay, we talked it out and she said she would stop. But it never really stopped, and I just avoided the subject or agreed with whatever she said when the subject came up until today when the subject came up again. Okay, we were reminiscing about the first night we met. She had come to a bar with another guy who I thought she was dating. One of our first conversations was about mutual friends, and I asked her if she knew a brown haired girl that worked at her company that was cute. Fast forward to years of dating and marriage, and we can't remember the girl's name while reminiscing. We gave the old Facebook a snoop and found her. Okay, yeah. Trying to remember someone's name, yeah. Like, hey, you remember so and so? Sure, but now, like I said, now that you made, fucking move on, right? She goes right back into the bashing routine. How she can't believe I thought she was cute and she will never understand my taste in women or my type. I finally had enough and casually dropped, well, you're my type, so you're grouped in with the rest of them. She flipped out, left me at the cafe we were at, and basically giving me the silent treatment for the last 24 hours. Oof. Yeah, okay. Am I the asshole? I personally think no. Because of the fact that it's because like I said, everyone has different tastes. And men, women, doesn't matter. Everyone has different tastes. I have different tastes than you. You have different tastes than your friends, than your family, or your coworkers, or whatever. They all have tastes in women. Everyone does. So it's not bad and it's not good, right? So it's like like I said, it's a mixed bag. It is. It's up in the air. It's like, who knows about this? Who knows about that? Yada yada yada. Right, obviously. Okay, so all right. For the TLDR, too long didn't read. My wife matches any woman's looks that I've dated and been interested in, and constantly insults my taste in women. I pointed out that my wife is my type, and so she is. She is really just insulting herself. Thank you for all the replies, and okay, I'm not gonna read about all that kind of fun stuff. Not the asshole. All right, let's read the comments, right? Not the asshole. Like, honestly, this sounds a lot like some insecurity at work here. You asked her to stop. It is making you needlessly feeling like crap. Feel needlessly like crap. It is degrading these other women that you have nothing to do with at this point, and you observed rightly that yeah, actually, if you have a quote unquote type, you ended up with her in the end. Her commentary on how vile or disgusting your taste is, by its very nature, will boomerang right back at her in the sense. It just sounds insecure and mean spirited and unnecessary. Hope you get to talk it out at least. Edit. That sound, thinking on it a little bit, I do wonder why these other women come up so much. If the context is, oh, I wonder how she's doing now, I sort of get it. I've been curious about random exes before and now. Yeah, that is true. I've been curious about my random fucking exes before, I'll admit. But it hasn't really the sort of thing you should be making a top 3 conversation for no reason if you're feeling secure about stuff. Is this the same guy? Yeah. Okay, so he replies with, obviously, I hate talking about my exes. I never ask about her history because I don't want to know. What benefit is it for anyone? Maybe I wrote this to make it sound like this is a daily thing, but it's much rarer than that. Once a month or every other. Okay. Another one, not the asshole. She's insecure. Tearing down other women is such gross behavior, and she needs to get over herself. Being beautiful doesn't give you the right to trash on other people. Facts. She's stuck in teenager mode. Yeah, that is true. Yeah. Not the asshole, but for a knockout that knows it, your wife is hella insecure. Yeah. Not the asshole. This is toxic insecurity. This is jealousy. This is possessive. She is competing with ghosts and trying to put them and you down to make her feel better. Yeah, okay. I think that's going to be enough. Am I the asshole? Please remember to give this video a like and subscribe if you are brand new. I do weekly uploads. I try to do daily short uploads. And I live stream also here every Monday through Friday. Since now I got a part-time job and all that, I'm going to be adjusting my schedule, my streaming schedule, according to my actual schedule. So right now I'm going to be live at 3 p.m. Pacific. That is 6 p.m. Eastern time. You guys can do the rest of the conversion rates from there, because I just made it easier for you guys. All right. And thanks for enjoying the video. Peace out, everyone.